sitting here with the lovely and very talented Miss Brooks, who just finished up her session here at the TRL studio. How are you feeling, Miss Brooks?
Feeling good.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the inspiration behind the music that you sing?
Well, there's inspiration and then there's collaboration. So Jira Harris right here is my producer, friend, mentor. He created Tracklight Productions or Tracklight Entertainment. And so we've basically been coming together and creating music that speaks to people and music that, people can relate to and is a little bit off the beaten path, but people can enjoy. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
No, you hit it.
Okay.
What would you say your style of music is? It's a little different. It's unique. So what would you kind of
I would say it's an infusion, like we both grew up in Orange County, so definitely a lot of different influences. My mother was a country singer. My father did gospel and blues and jazz, and so it's a little bit of infusion of all of that. And then in Orange County, there was a lot of rock, so just a little bit of everything, yeah.
Okay. How long have you been singing? I'm sorry.
We're pretty much at like a very experimental stage too,
Right.
because when I was a friend of ours, a mutual friend, actually introduced us.
Okay.
And because he actually could have produced, I think he could have produced her, but she's trying to do something a little bit different. Right. He thought it was a little bit more up my lane. So, the vibe I got from her is kind of, she's almost like a female Lenny Kravitz.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, she has this country background too. So it's good because we try different things. Some things are kind of out of her element, but
Right.
it's good for her, and she likes the challenge. And so we're just kind of just dipping in little different areas right now to see what really catches the
really
most
clicks.
with
Okay.
her. Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been singing?
I've been singing my whole life.
Okay.
But singing
That's a good answer, right?
Hey.
since I came out the womb. No,
Right.
no, I've been singing my whole life. I've probably been singing professionally for the last, with bands, probably the last 10 years or so.
Okay. Now, if I was to ask you, what are your aspirations and goals as far as the music is concerned, what would you say they are?
Definitely, I would love to finish an album. I would love to travel. I would love to, see the world doing music, and that's the first goal.
That's the first goal. So there's many more to come after
There's
that, but
more.
that's the first
I
one.
try to set my goals in steps. So.
Okay. If someone wanted to know what was upcoming for you, what was coming up in the future as far as concerts, future albums that you might want to also complete after your first one's done, what would you tell them is coming up for Miss Brooks?
Well, first and foremost, I would say follow us on tracklightentertainment.com. That's where you can go and see the videos, and you can see, upcoming shows and things that are happening, pictures. And as for, other things that are happening in the future, I would say, just keep an eye and follow us. I think at the end of the day, my goal is to have my music everywhere. So
Right. Okay.
And we do some shows locally too when we're in town. We're kind of like, the whole Tracklight family is kind of doing stuff together. And I have a band called Slapback, and so a lot of times we'll back her up, and so she come out and do a show with us. So we're kind of putting the two together and doing shows like that. So
Okay. Now, if someone was, I guess, looking for a little inspiration to maybe follow in your footsteps, what advice would you give a young comer coming up that wants to get into singing or producing? What advice would you give them?
just continue to do it. Don't stop. Don't allow other outside influences or people, talking and saying things. If it's something that you really, really love to do, continue to do it every day. Put your heart into it. Find outlets. Find places where you can sit in. Find open mics. Network. But just keep doing it, because ultimately at the end of the day,
And that's the hardest part.
yeah, it is the
Is
hardest
to keep
part.
doing it.
Okay.
Because it's a very frustrating industry now. I've been in it for a long time, and I've seen it change over the last 20, 25 years. And so, a lot of people's dream is just like, I could sing, I'm going to go on The Voice, or I'm going to go on American Idol.
Right.
That's like maybe, less than 0.001% of the
Right.
artists that, get lucky.
Right.
So you have to be willing to get up in the morning, just like if you were going to be a doctor and an attorney, you have to put the same amount of time and be consistent every day, getting up, ready for the frustrations, the ups and downs. It's a hard place to be, but hopefully your heart's really into it. That's going to be your drive at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
You have to love it.
You have to love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming out. Definitely enjoyed your session. Look forward to having you back in the near future. So
Yes,
thank you
thank
again.
you for having us.
All right. Appreciate your
All
time.
right, man.
All right. Thanks.
And that's a wrap.